evening, ladies and gentlemen. Myself, Dr. B.K. Rana, CEO of QAI, former director and CEO in charge of NABH, Quality Council of India. Thank you very much, IHDA organizers, for giving me this opportunity to talk on data analytics in risk management in healthcare. It's really an honor for me to be here today with you and talking on this topic, which is very, very current, very relevant, and important when we talk about healthcare. So some of the pictures, when we talk about risk management, and see how the gentleman is standing along with other people who are completely dressed up in a safety gears. Look at this innocent child, what he is doing. This is all what you talk about the risk. So what do you think risk management is all about? It's basically nothing but risk management is a bundle of common sense. It's everyone's responsibility. It's not that someone specific is responsible, an entire organization. It's everyone's responsibility. Each one of us in any specific organization contributes towards risk management. So what is risk? Risk is actually, you can say it's uncertainty. We don't know what may go wrong in time to come, what may happen in future. So is it true or false? Okay. So risk is basically, it's not just uncertainty. Risk is about uncertainty that matters. It means any such uncertainty in our system, which might have a negative impact on our outcomes, our processes, procedures, would lead to risk. And how much risk it is, or it will be, would depend on several factors. Okay, I will just touch upon on those. Is that all about risk management? It's not. So risk is much more than threats. What we think that they are, something which we are trying to capture. These are the things which might go wrong. These are the things which I just touched upon about the uncertainty or threats. It means what bad uncertain future events that if they happen would have a negative effect on budget or schedule or process or procedure or a policy, anything which you might think of in your organization. Any uncertainty that matters is a risk that need to be identified, assessed, and managed. So it's about risk management, identification of risk, assessment of risk, and management. So it's a whole ecosystem of different practices, processes for risk. So not just threats or just uncertainty, an uncertain event that or condition that might come across, or if it occurs, has a positive or negative effect on the objective. So if you look at the pictures, how these guys are trying to make sure that they don't get affected adversely or negatively, but still we don't know what may go right or wrong when we really proceed further towards that. So it's like about they are identifying that there is a risk. The mice has a risk that he may get caught, he may fall off and then get caught. So trying and putting in helmets and trying to putting a rope hanging up so that it not get trapped, but still it's not clear that whether they would be successful in their venture, or they would come across any risk to their lives or so it's like how we really look at it. So when we look at kind of uncertainty, it's an uncertainty, an event or a condition around us that if it occurs has a positive or negative effect on the objectives, as I mentioned. So an uncertain event or set of circumstances that should it or they occur would have an effect on achievements of one or more objectives. So what objectives we have defined around us, if any one of them got affected, it definitely lead to risk. We can say there is a risk in that. So risk management especially address all uncertainties, not just one thing. So we have to go really deep dive into more and more details, try to identify as many as possible potential risks, potential threats, potential uncertainties in our systems to really move forward, work towards that. So important question comes is, why does it matter? How we think about risk determines how we manage it, so it's all interrelated. My thinking goes along with that, how accurately I'm thinking about concept of risk is going on in my mind, and I'm thinking, I'm putting all my brain to it to analyze, and ultimately when it comes out of my mind as an as an outcome, whether it's going to be effective. If that's an effective management of risk, that we can say that what we have done just before that to identify, to look into it, analysis, and so on, was right, because now I'm happy because I got an effective solution and effectively able to manage my risk. So if you don't identify a risk, you are taking it to be, you know, uh, just blindly, and not going what it actually means. And this picture very clearly mentioned, showing up that how dangerous it might be if you really don't see. And that's why I always say that when we talk about risk management, it's like, identifying potential threats, opportunities, risks, uncertainties is actually looking into the future, seeing the future, imagine the future, that what may go wrong in next 3 months, 6 months, or in this process or in this procedure, what may go wrong. And if this word, if it has done that before, started walking toward this, that he or she herself is quite big to cross it, but not the kids, they would definitely get into this. So that was not done, and that's why this has happened. So this is same happened to us in our system as well. So historically context, if we look at for the risk management, of course it started with financial industry, banking, stock market, because a lot of threats to a failure in projects, legal liabilities around of those failures, crediting risk, accidents, any disaster, whether natural or any sort of, and any adverse impact on their business. So but it has moved over, on not only from just in financial, but it has now gone on to almost all industry sectors, including healthcare. So when we talk about a risk management and we call it risk assessment, right? You can't do any risk management and follow all the steps of risk management. I'll just touch upon what those steps are. You can't do without data. You can't do without any information along with that. And that's why a role of data and data analytics tools, data analytics technology. Now, a lot of technology, modern technologies have come up, which are very, very effective in capturing what we say data analytics. What is this all about? It's a science, It's a science of analyzing raw data to make conclusions about the information. So you get a bunch of data, from different sources or one source or a different thing, and then you work around it, you analyze it, and see what comes out. So you have a purpose that with that purpose you are collecting that data. So if we talk about data analytics and different technologies associated, then it talks about data analysis basically. And then if we talk about data analysis, we must understand what is the requirement for data, why we are doing this analysis for data. What is the requirement for data analysis? How we collect that data. The collection of data is very, very important. How we collect it, right? How we process it. When you get all data along within your hand, how you process it. And that process will depend on what you are looking as an outcome, So you use different tools for processing, okay? And then after processing, when you get things on a plate, then you look at, there are a lot of variations. There are a lot of variations, and if there are variations on one side or another side, and there is a bunch of data sitting in the center, which is a maximum amount, or is a major pie of the whole of data set, then if you don't clean this up, then your central data, which is occupying the major chunk, would get affected by either on the lower side data or on the upper side of data. It will be skewed, so you won't get the true picture. So there may be some outliers when we start, when we do some exercise, when we ask participants, to do specific job tasks, get the data back from there, then you look at it. So there may be some outliers. All will not be performing at the same level out of n number. So that's the size of, the sample. So out of that population, what sample you get, it may not be a true picture unless you clean this up. So you need to clean the data to ensure that your major chunks don't get affected adversely. Okay, so you clean up, you take out the outliers, and whether you use a statistical tool or whatever technology or tools you use for that, you clean the data up and then you analyze it. So now you, after cleaning the data, when you do the analysis, you will really get a significant information related to that process. Okay, so what actually we are looking through the process of data analytics is that there is some input, we are expecting some output. And this, between input and output, there is a whole of thing what I just mentioned. What is the requirement for that? What type of data you're going to collect? How you're going to collect? You're processing the data, cleaning up, and then finally analysis. So whole steps involved in this will lead you to what you are actually looking for. So in order to get good output, when you are looking at that, because you design something with some specific objectives that you are looking for, say, I just want to know how much percentage of my patients coming to my organizations are satisfied with my services. So my output is looking into the satisfaction rate. So it's very important for that. I am looking for this objective is the important thing is the quality of data. The quality of data matters a lot in this analysis. Good data, bad data. And good data, bad data does not mean if I don't like some output coming out is a bad data. No, good and bad data means it's a real data coming up. The data which I am trying to collect for a specific objective or purpose to meet, that data should be correct. It's not a data which is not a true data. So the collecting process, the data is important. That's why I say in one word, the quality of data is very, very important if we are looking at it. So data analytics and risk management, they are really very close to each other, because what we are trying to achieve through the process of risk management is based on the information which we have, based on data which we have along with us. Okay. So if you say, what is the risk of getting infection when a patient comes to a hospital? Now, it's a big statement. It's a very complex statement. There would be several factors responsible for getting infection to a patient, right? So we have to look at all those things which might contribute to infection in a patient, right? So when we look at all those contributing factors or processes which might contribute to the infection in a patient, I will look at them and then start collecting data on that. Okay, so based on the data which I collect to assess the risk for my patients coming to hospital, acquiring infection would be based on the data. And so the data quality is very, very important. And particularly when we're going for quantification, it's not a qualitative, but in both cases, qualitative and quantitative is equally important. But more importantly, when you are trying to quantify something, it's very, very important that the numbers which you get out before you start going for analysis, coming out with your conclusion of that objective which you are trying to meet is that how robust your data analytics is. Means the whole steps of requirement, collection, cleaning, processing, everything would come and therefore advanced technology. Now people are moving towards, it's not just risk management. They are looking at the futuristic thing, that how you minimize using, use of technology, using data, the robust science of data analytics in making things better. So if you look at the medical industry and the healthcare industry, what we're talking about is roughly close to 100,000 deaths a year in US due to medical errors. And maybe we know this because we have some data collected. We don't know how much errors or deaths are happening in, say, in India. Do we have that data? We're not. How much cost it is going to incur on that? $50 billion, right? 7% of patients suffer a medication. How we know 7%? Unless we do the analysis. That's why the role of data analytics comes in. That's why sophisticated tools in data analytics comes in. So healthcare is hazardous, and it's well documented. You can say, if you look at this picture, so the total lives lost per year is maximum in healthcare sector. not in bungee jumping, not in climbing mountains, and it's not, it's less, quite far way beyond than regulated sector, whether it's driving or it's flying or any manufacturing industry, and of course compared to ultra safe industry like airlines. When we talk about nuclear power plants, operational things, things like that, is quite high, and therefore it's very important that we really put a lot of efforts in analyzing the situation in healthcare. So understanding of risk in healthcare is very important, and we have to look at possibility of chance of meeting danger, suffering, loss, or injury. As far as the risk in healthcare is concerned, what are the factors contributing toward that? What are the things which are putting more and more risk to patients or even staff in healthcare system? Right. So how we can say that? We can't say without information, and how we get the information is from the data which we collect on that. So risk management process, and then how important then either data analysis comes in is first is we need to first set the context, why we are doing it, what is my purpose, what is my objective which I'm trying to achieve, and then start identifying. I said identify potential threats, identify potential risks, what may go wrong in future. So start about risk identification, and then do risk analysis. Okay, so how you do risk analysis? You do risk analysis based on the information you gather after identifying the risk, and after identifying that, you start working on it. Okay, this is my potential risk. Okay, then you do the analysis. It says like what can go wrong, what might be missed, and then start looking at analysis, what you may get out of it. Based on you do evaluation, which one is low, which is moderate, which is high risk, require immediate attention, which may require little later. So you compare those, you evaluate those risks, them over priority based on their significance, and then of course you take necessary actions. You to take you do risk treatment, or they take actions for reducing our or minimizing or mitigating those things. So goals of risk management in healthcare, based on the information, based on the data, the analysis we carry out, is basically to minimize the likelihood of possible event that might have adversely impacted, reducing that, minimize the risk of death or injury or things which may be resulting out of the services we offer in healthcare. It certainly helps in enhancing consumer or patient outcomes. When risks are minimized, then of course patient getting into your hospital would get better care, better services, outcome would be better, because we have already eliminated those significant risks which might have contributed to the or the harm to the patient, or delaying in in the processes. It support legislative compliance, and also ensure the viability of organizational and its future development. Because if you have identified that this legal provision might have a problem, significant risk to my organization, if I don't start looking at it now, because I'm getting information from different sources within the hospital that this is not going something which should be going on as usual. So I started collecting information, and for information, data, the numbers, which is very important, that you need to look at it. So this is a risk heat map, basically risk matrix. If you look at it, I would say this matrix for quantification is like what is the likelihood of happening something, and what would be the impact of that, the consequences of that. So low likelihood, low occurrence, chances of occurring is low, and then what impact it would have, depending on that, you add up both likelihood and consequences, and then you get. So if you have, say, a likelihood of occurring unlikely score of 2, and similarly chances are would be, the impact would be minor, so it's 2 plus 2, 4. So it will fall into the low risk category. Similarly, if you go that chances of occurring this the incident might be very high, a score of 5, and then impact would be bad, extremely bad, terrifying, extreme. So 5 plus 5, 10. It will go to the extreme right top corner in the red. So the risk would be high. So this is a risk matrix, how you really look at it. So in summary, basically, data analytics plays a very critical role in risk management, because everything depends on the information, depends on the data you start collecting out it. So if your data is not true, not appropriate, you might end up in something wrong, in some problem. So it's really help in identify potential risks. So you can really start looking at the potential threats well before they start damaging your system. It helps in validating of a hypothesis. So if you have proposed a hypothesis, and then to prove that hypothesis, you start collecting data, and then analyze it. And I'm not talking about much details, and I'm not that expert for that, going in more detail of data analytics, the what tool or technology you there are many sophisticated technology available for data analytics nowadays. Okay, for data analysis specifically is a part of the whole process. Then what you choose to employ in your system to prove your hypothesis, and certainly it helps in risk mitigation. So once you know what's going on, you have a better control over those processes, and better control over a period of time. So you can really work on to control and mitigate those things. So with this, I thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and I would be happy to have any questions if you have. Thank you very much.